Wow, jeez.
He's heavier than me.
Yeah. All right, I got you, bud. Breathe. Breathe. And exhale. Exhale. There it is, yes. All right, breathe. Oh my God. Oh, right there. You don't really feel the parts that don't move until meet the elbow. Yeah.
Oh, Lord.
There we go.
Nice.
Yeah.
So, either golfing or weightlifting, no idea. I've had so many injuries from weightlifting, but golfing, we just started doing whatever, just kind of got into it. And then just this pain, basically upper right side right here.
Gotcha.
And it goes directly through to my chest.
Uh-huh.
So I stopped lifting when this pain happened.
It's actually quite pronounced. These ribs are popped out here. That is as obvious as it gets.
That's great. That's great news. No, because I've been told that it was just like a muscle issue.
So there's two joints. Well, there's three joints really. There's two joints where the rib attaches to the side of the spinous, and then there's two joints between the vertebrae. So there's 6 joints at every level in the thoracic cage. So you have these two knuckles in here where the transverse costovertebral joint, the rib attaches, and that nerve lies right next to the rib. And so when you irritate that nerve, it'll wrap around to the front.
If this would go away,
Oh,
I don't cry, but like I'd be like wicked happy.
Nothing going down the arms.
I've had tingling, yeah. Sometimes
Similar to when that started.
No, this is all other additional stuff.
How long is the
Baseball,
tingling
my whole
going
life. I was a pitcher,
so
basically when I stopped senior year of high school.
So let's say
2014.
When you're 19 years old or so, 18. Let's say when 18, you started noticing. I'm just curious more of the tingling. So when would you feel it? All day? Just at nighttime? Don't remember.
Certain movements. No,
okay.
It was just like I could literally go like this, and I'll go zing right in.
Gotcha. Okay, so it wouldn't stay tingly. It would just certain motions would make it. Okay. All right. So the nerve that goes down your arm comes out of the lower neck, and the lower neck being the very common area where we have disc injury. And when you lift your arm, so for instance, lifting your arm up from the side and tilting your head is the same thing. The hole on that side gets smaller. So we're made up of little wires that go through. I'm just going to use this because it's a little bigger to see. So see how the wire comes through the side and then the disc supports it.
Yeah.
Now if I tilt to the right, the hole on the right gets smaller. Right? If I tilt to the opposite side, it gets bigger.
Okay.
You see that?
Yeah.
So my point is that when you're lifting your arm up, Ed, I would lift my arm up and I'd feel it zing down my arm. Do you understand? That's making the hole on the right side get smaller. Does that happen now if you do that?
What, the zing?
Zing? Does it happen?
I mean, I'm not.
If you lift your arm up, will it zing?
No.
Not like it used to.
No, not like it used to. I mean, I could still feel like minor, like it wants to in my armpit area.
Go ahead and, just to humor me, I'm just curious. Tilt your head to the left. Go ahead and tilt your head left and just relax it. Don't not forcefully, just relax it left. Now hold it there. Now lift the arm up on the right.
That hurts right there. I can't go any further.
Okay. So
that's crazy.
Interesting. Okay.
But that's upper.
That's more the shoulder.
Yeah.
All right.
What if I did it? No.
Yeah.
Weird.
We got some injuries going on here. So we got a shoulder injury that we're dealing with, and we got some neck injuries.
So does that happen to go up into here too? Is it like this?
Yes.
This is the occipital nerve or something like that. So lifting, certain movements, I'll get this migraine, this immediate. I'll go home and I'll just be miserable for a week because it won't go away. Just immediate, just from the smallest little thing, like a pull up or whatever.
So the suboccipital nerves will get irritated from tightness. You have congestion, which then causes the lower neck and shoulder to be hurt. So they're connected, but they're two separate problems. So we have a postural problem and then a mechanical problem of the upper neck causing congestion, inflammation up here, and then abuse of your lower neck and shoulder. So we're going to check out that right shoulder. We'll dig in there. Probably got some. I wouldn't be surprised you have some. And you said you're right-handed pitcher?
Yep.
All right, so we 100% we have some glenohumeral.
Yeah, I got some more information for you too.
Please.
So I have wicked bad. I have really bad sciatic pain. I always have from baseball, and I remember the day it started.
Okay.
I was running, slid in the third days. I couldn't even stand up. something.
So the typical slide.
The typical slide. I did more of a jump slide, landed on
Bam.
this really hard, and it actually allegedly misaligned my sacral joint.
I got
sacrum.
you. You jammed it, and then
Something, and I couldn't tie my shoes for like 2-3 weeks, and this just recently happened again. I was doing deadlifts, really light, just regular repetitions. I felt the pop right down there.
So just local, does it go down the leg?
The sacrum.
That symptoms. Do you have symptoms going down the leg?
Right now, no, but I do. When it does, like when it
when
it inflames, it goes right through like my butt cheek, and right back in the hamstring, and it kind of stops like right here.
Okay, and that's been going on since you were a teenager?
Yeah.
So when the disc gets injured, it starts to occupy space that shouldn't be occupied by anything. So we call this a space occupying lesion. So the disc is, and so then when you have a compressive force, the disc can, if it's already injured, it can then further allow the disc to protrude out and hit the nerve.
Okay.
You also, very likely when you slid you also jammed the joint. So the joint got injured and then that's swelling. So you have a swollen joint, swollen disc, and the nerve is in between, not very happy.
No.
And then when you hit this guy, it goes down the leg. The local pain is going to be the knuckle. So when Ed, it's hurting right here. Mm-hmm. That's the knuckle, the joint. The SI joint is this joint between the sacrum and the ilium. So there's a joint here.
Okay.
But nobody ever has surgery on this joint. What happens is, the way I would long-term interpret that slide is that injury to the SI joint made this joint now get tighter, which then puts more stress on your lower back. Left shoulder's markedly high. We got a whole tilt going on here.
You have the same shoulder that's high.
Left shoulder, left hip is high, so he's in. He's kind of.
Do I look like that?
No.
Oh,
I'm exaggerating.
All right, good. I'm like,
Yeah,
golly, I'm gonna start.
You're tilted. Well, your body avoids things. If I break my left hip, I'm going to put my weight on the other side. You understand? Your body's going to subconsciously kind of rotate. Look straight forward. I'm going to look at you. All right. Feel about an inch and a half forward head posture. But just a headache right now going on.
Yeah, just definitely a headache.
All right, bend the knees for me. Let me see how you're moving here. Take a deep breath in, little sit up. And head back for me. Exhale. Deep breath in. Exhale. Let it go. Deep breath in. Exhale. Chin down. Oh, good. Wow. You got some tightness in there. All right.
Yeah.
Scoot down for me on your side. Take a deep breath in. Just relax. I got you. Exhale. It's okay. All right. Deep breath in. One more. Exhale. Yeah, definitely. That hip's been injured. Other side for me. All right. Face that for me. Good. All right. Yeah. I mean, his is even bigger than your. The right side of his neck is a mess here.
That's probably why I think mine's not even a big deal. 'Cause
Oh.
I feel this every day.
All right, so this is all flush on the left side. You got a huge knot. I mean, it's huge.
Yeah, it's 10 feet.
Hello. Hello. Who put this? All right, so when you tilt your head left, the bones all shift to the right. Okay, so when I have your head, right now your head appears straight with your torso, but the bones are unlevel. I have to tilt you probably significantly. Right about there.
It feels better too.
But your
Just
bone,
the resting point was.
but your bones are level now. Your bones are centered now. But I got to tilt you something like 45 degrees to the right. That's how crooked. It's like when you crashed your bicycle when you were a kid and your handlebars and your tire don't line up, right?
That's funny.
So you're driving around with like your handlebars.
Yeah.
I always ride my bicycle like this. That's ridiculous. Somebody needs to pull it straight with the frame. All right, it's huge. Gee, bud. No wonder you have headaches. All right, so because the bones are crooked, the muscles are working really, really hard, right? The muscles are working. So we can do lasers and electrical pads. Does that make sense? But it's all kind of silly if we don't get the posture fixed. All right, I got you real easy. There we go. Let it go. Yes, I know. All right. Give it a second. There we go. All right.
That one sounded louder than the other one.
Yeah, isn't it all
Yes, sir.
stemmed basically from the neck?
Yes, sir. Yeah, if you meet my father one day, he's, it's kind of like at church when all the answers to the questions when you're a kid are Jesus and love. Oh, you weren't paying attention. Oh, Jesus loves me. Good job, Edward. I'm glad you were paying attention. Whew. Yes, I got away with one. all the answers in my questions are, it's my neck, right? Correct. Yes, right. I mean, it's all right here. A lot of the domino effects occur because of this being crooked, right? So this is causing the hips, the torso to be crooked. It starts because the head's not level with the shoulders.
Mm-hmm.
Both of their faces, yeah. Both of their faces are.
Because I can see it. When I close my eyes, I can see it. The tangle. All right. Take a break. All right, it's over here. Oh, I like the left side.
Me too. Me too.
Left side feels great. All right.
So much better. Wow. I got to give myself some credit. Man. This is not both sides.
All right, so how many years pitcher?
Basically from 10 to
Whoa.
18.
Okay. Gotcha. I gotcha. Siblings do it? Just you? Or?
No, it's just me.
Just you? Okay. I gotcha. Were you a good hitter too, or?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Cool.
I miss baseball. It was a lot of fun.
Wow.
I ended up getting surgery on my elbow.
Okay.
Not the Tommy John, but
Okay.
I had a bunch of bone spurs in there, I guess.
I gotcha. I think it's one of the hardest things to do is hit a baseball. I think it's one of the most, right? I mean, is it
It is.
It's
Not easy, and it's frustrating when you don't hit it.
right. I mean, it's like
you get so mad, and you're like, wait, I have like roughly 3 at bats.
right. I mean, it's like, jeez, I tried so hard. Supposed to be good at it.
He loved baseball, but
I love
he was like,
baseball.
I couldn't hit the ball.
It does. It's hard.
I swear the timing, I don't know, my brain couldn't put 2 and 2 together. I just couldn't get this.
And then you have the actual like starter hitters that just inevitably hit every single time.
Like, what the heck?
You know.
Jeez. I remember one time, I was at like, I think the guy, my coach's house had a batting cage in like his backyard, and I'm in the batting cage, and he puts in the machine, right? And I made, it felt so good. I made like flush contact, and it shot the ball right by his head, like a little port opening.
Yeah.
It went boom right through the, and he looked at me like, now excellent. If you just do that every time, that's like
Yeah.
the only time I ever did it. I did like one.
Excellent. That's so funny. It'd be like flashbacks.
I have no idea what I just did, but it felt so good.
You do that every time.
Jeez. What I did, I knocked it right through the little window where his head was sticking through.
I got hit in the chest once by doing that. I didn't move out of the way fast enough.
Oh, man.
The ball hit me.
Oh.
I actually hit my cross. When I had my cross, I just put an imprint of Jesus on my chest. It was pretty crazy, actually. I blacked out for a second. I was like, oh my God, that thing kind of maybe saved me, I think. I don't know.
Glad you had,
I mean, think about it.
Yeah.
you had the right necklace on. Hey, there you go. But yeah, okay. Yeah, right there. It's getting smaller. It's not as big. There we go. Let me show you the curve. This is where your neck belongs. That's all it is. It's just about getting them loosened up. We're going to send you home with one of those dentarolls and use this to mold the neck curve back in your neck. And there you go. No reason you need to be living with headaches. How often would you say in a typical week do you have a headache? I mean, if you
I
had
wake up every day with that ache.
Okay, this is going to be very easy to fix. Okay, it does not surprise me with this level of misalignment that you have headaches. Okay, this is
will go away like after coffee, but like 4 days of the week it doesn't.
that's. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry that chiropractic has failed you.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry we've all failed you in terms of this is not a difficult problem to fix. The more difficult things are the sciatica, neuritis. And those take time to fix, but some inflammation in the upper cervical because the bone's out of alignment. It's a handful of visits and teach you how to stretch, and we'll be through this. This is not a difficult disc injury, and then trying to treat an injured disc is more difficult. Takes a lot more time, but this is just get this knot out of here, and I want you to like just hang it out over here, like there. So.
And how often have you gotten adjusted, like just for headaches? Would you say?
I've never gotten like adjusted for headaches per se, but
Okay.
So you told,
I've told, yeah,
Oh,
I definitely
he always
mentioned it.
mentions it.
but they don't. They what?
Yeah, no, I mean,
I think because like he goes in for like chest pain or back.
Okay.
I usually, I'm just, my main priority right now, because like I'm
Is it
kind of like a
shoulder?
one thing at a
The
time.
rib and all that.
And it's the
Okay.
ribs. Everything else I could,
All right.
I guess,
I can.
deal with.
What's going on here? I'm just scanning here. Okay, we got some injury right there. That's a nice little injury. It's like I'm running my hand down the side of a car. Do you understand? I'm feeling for
Looking for
dents
that
and
orange
dings.
peel.
There shouldn't be that.
I can
Feel that?
too. Yeah.
That's a knot. It's
Huh.
an injury. Something tore and then it healed with a ball of yarn. See how smooth here? Smooth, smooth, smooth. And I got a nice
These metaphors are funny.
right there. Oh, somebody.
Yeah, I can feel that really doesn't feel too good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Huh.
Now what happens is the tissue shortens because the total fabric was this long, right? And then it tore and then it healed. Do you understand? So now the total length is not as long. Does that make sense? Like you had a piece of fabric, right? That was this long, and then it got injured, right? It tore, but then it healed in a ball.
It's like a stitch overlap. Yeah.
So now the total length isn't as long because it healed with what we call scar tissue. It healed with a scar that I can feel as a knot, and so that then holds your shoulder forward. Does that make sense? Because because this shortened, your shoulder doesn't reset back to center. It now stays forwardly rotated because of this injury in your pec. And then that puts stress on your shoulder, the glenohumeral joint, the rotator cuff. Your ability to tear your rotator cuff goes up because of the cables on the backside now are held tight, and you can injure your supraspinatus, your rotator cuff. My point is that people are set up for these injuries. The alignment that you're in when you play golf or when you weightlift or when you're doing construction makes injuries easy to happen, right? Like if you drove your car with a bad alignment, now the tires are going to wear out unevenly because the alignment was wrong. Well, driving your car just wore out my tires. No, driving your car with a bad alignment caused them to wear out. It was still the alignment that was the problem. Oh boy. Oof.
I can feel that pretty deep too.
Yeah.
That's sentencings.
Yeah, you've baseball's busted some stuff up right here, anterior deltoid. All right. I just vacuum. I call this my vacuum cleaner. I'm just going to vacuum and, how many passes with the vacuum cleaner until it's clean? I have no idea. You just keep making passes until it comes up clear. The more dirt that's in the carpet, the more passes you got to make. He's got a nice tear on his right, and this makes you tilt your head left to get away from it. So we call that antalgia. Anta means away from, algia means pain. So you don't notice it because you're tilted. You're saying, I didn't notice it until you stuck your thumb in there, Ed, and correct, because you've broken your right ankle and you got all your weight in your left ankle, and you're like, my right ankle's fine. It's not fine. You're avoiding it. Go put some weight on it. Oh, now it hurts. You hurt me. No, I just showed you what you're avoiding. Yeah. You're tilting away from it.
You hurt me.
Well, right, because I'm making you confront the things that you're running away from.
Yeah.
And confrontation, our world teaches avoidance. We literally call them painkillers. That's literally avoidance. We're not going to deal with the reason for why we're in pain. We're just going to turn off the check engine light, and that's considered treatment. If you put your hand on a stove and your hand hurts, what should you do? Give painkillers? Or remove your hand from the stove?
Yeah, I got cortisone on my shoulder, and it eliminated it for a bit.
Correct.
And then tenfold after it went away. It's like, I'm not doing that anymore.
If I get punched in my face swells up. What should I do? Not get punched in the face anymore, or inject cortisone in my face to reduce the swelling? It's like, you gotta stop being punched in the face. Right here. Oh yeah, it's all. Gee whiz, but it's all. It's easy. It's easy. You just gotta. It's not easy to change the posture, so we can make it feel better by cleaning it. It's like sweeping up the floor, right? I can clean up the mess, but we gotta also teach you to take your shoes off the front door, your muddy shoes, because you keep on doing things that keep tracking in mud, and that's the stretching, which we'll show. That goes to the root cause of the postural misalignment that you're in that's making this fill up with fluid, irritating the rib head joint, giving you the pain. But yeah, this is just, it's all swollen right here, bud. That was so significant when you were sitting. It was, usually I have to wait till you're face down to feel it. I could feel it popped up when you were just sitting there.
Yeah,
it was so swollen.
Nightmare.
Yeah, okay. All right, bud. It's swollen. This is a swollen joint. It's got loaded with pain fibers. You got to compress. Oh, right there.
Does it shoot through you when he does that?
It's like a full body freaking numbing.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
It's hard to breathe.
If you need a break, definitely
No,
tell
we're
them.
good.
Like,
We're good.
we
I'm on
don't.
this.
So mine was just warm up out.
Huh?
My stuff was just warm up.
Oh man, it's just, oh yeah, I know, but we didn't get to choose our parents. I had a chiropractor as a father, you know. All right, It's like having your father being an orthodontist or a dentist, right? It's like, you know, you're gonna be taught more about how to take care of your teeth. You know, I was taught to value and care for my spine, and our world just, you know, we didn't have the same level of guidance, and so you had injuries, and you told people that you were hurting, and they're like, just here's some ibuprofen, here's some, you know, go lay down on the couch. Okay, that's not going to deal with the problem. It's just going to grow larger. And there you go. There we go. Okay. This is what's causing the lower back all here. This is.
Yeah, that exact spot's been twitching like crazy.
Oh, right there.
I'm like holding my breath for him.
You do. You start to like feel it yourself.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, I see. Everything that I'm doing to you has been done to me by my father way harder.
Oh, yeah.
And you don't know what this feels like. I do. Oh, I do. My dad has had no mercy on me.
Makes sense though.
My father expects perfection from my spine. So, Dad, that really hurts. Shut up. There we go. Let's calm it down. But yeah, right there. Right there. Yeah. How fast was your fastball?
My senior year, I was high 80s.
Okay, that's pretty good. Wow. That's amazing. I know it's about control, not just speed. I know it. The Greg Maddox approach.
I think I had probably 2 weeks of the senior season though, and then my own was like, you gotta stop.
Yeah, yeah. Gotcha.
Mm-hmm. Oh my god. This one hurts more than the other side.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my.
You're abusing the right side, but this is actually the frozen side. You guys are actually both mirrors. Right, it's right neck, left,
Right?
left middle tightness. It's the exact. Yeah.
Is it like
Mhm.
shoulder and
You guys are both.
Like,
His is just 3
Way
times
worse.
worse.
Yeah.
But it's the same. It's the same shift.
It makes
But
sense though, because I feel like I'm in pain. Like,
Right there.
The perfect undertone of his. I always feel what he feels, but not as strong.
how long you guys know each other?
Like a year and a half.
Okay. right? To whip your right arm around in a fast motion, right? This has to be solid.
Mhm.
Do you get the idea?
Yeah.
For him to be a fast right-handed pitcher, this has got to be moving. This has got to be locked
True.
to allow you to torque this quickly. So all of that encourages over the years immobilization of the left side of his back until you don't really feel the parts that don't move until meet the elbow.
Yeah. Right.
Hello, what's going on in here? Does anybody work? Yeah, right there.
No, I'm not gonna do anything you do, but is it bad if I do? go
Please,
like
no,
this
you can
stuff?
dig in here,
Okay.
dig in.
Because it does seem to help.
Good, yes, he needs as much as possible in here to, whatever you can give me to loosen. But even focus on the left here, the left needs it too. This,
Yeah, we had it there.
Good.
It's just on the one side.
Yeah, right
I feel
there.
Like if I go too hard, it's actually bad for him, but after seeing you, I realized I could go harder.
Yeah. Words normal and common have been blurred
Yeah.
as synonymous when they're not. It's common to have these type of things. It's not normal. And so.
And what about him working out again? Because I know he wants to start.
My main thing is that when he works out, I want to try to get him into a better alignment and to get his whole spine working. And by getting those two things addressed, have a nice, happy life, do whatever you want to do. But until we get all the parts of his back moving, when you're working out or golfing, it's highly likely that you don't have your whole spine. And so the parts that are working age at a faster rate. So you're 27, whatever, and part of your spine's going to be 40
Yeah.
or 50. And you feel as old as the average age of the parts of your spine that move.
He says that all the time.
Right. So you're going to feel older.
Looks like he shoved his whole elbow behind your scalp.
Yeah.
Living.
Oh, Lord.
He's got some bodies buried underneath here. Yeah. Oh, man.
At least they're not complaining for nothing.
All right, all right. That's about right.
If everything's been twice as bad as mine, I'm picturing his back right now.
Yeah, it's just on this right here on this ribs. It's just not a. Just like I said earlier, it's a highly sensitive area. It's a highly sensitive area where if the tissue is inflamed, it's going to give you some bit debilitating pain. But it's not an expensive problem. All you have to do is clean the joint and Adam, you fixed me, But because the posture's not right, and it's back again, right?
Yeah.
So we have to fix the posture. It's easy to clean the carpet, but if you don't stop tracking in mud, it's going to get dirty again. So most of chiropractic just sweeps the floor.
Have you had gua sha before? Cupping?
She's done it to my,
Just
my
the face
like under my
attachment,
eyes.
Like not neck like you're doing, I just did to the lymph
Good.
nodes because I read that you have to
Yeah.
release the lymph
Yeah.
stuff. But
It's
nothing
significant amount
crazy.
here on his ribs.
It was more headache, like gua sha stuff I tried, didn't work. So,
Oh,
I mean, he said it felt better, it just
Feels
went away.
feels good though.
Yeah, he loves
Good.
it, it just, I didn't release his headache as long.
you got a good girlfriend.
Aw.
Trying to help you.
Definitely. She's always working on my body.
That's nice.
The athletes are always at the forefront of problems, right? It's like the people that take a new car and drive it off-road versus driving on a smooth road,
Mhm.
right? The person that drives their car off-road since brand new is going to have more problems than a car that was driven on smooth roads.
Right.
Not maybe, not possibly, it's just the way it is. So you guys off-roaded for years.
Yeah,
That's why I put you in that category, gymnastics. All those questions were,
yeah.
how much off-roading did you do? Oh, I did quite a bit. I did vault and I did some off-roading. Maybe this area is just right there, it's just under. But it's really the left that's locked. He's just abusing the right. So just getting his left side working is actually going to take the stress off the right. Part of the pain and the stress on the right is actually that it's abused and swollen, but the left's actually jammed.
So if I'm like massaging him, just like rubbing, so every time after he needs to do that head thing?
We're gonna The goal is we're gonna go over the stretching. We might bring in even a roller a little bit today, The alignment is what's creating the position, which is creating the stress. So if we just loosen him up and we don't counter stretch, we have the scary position where we could make making his posture worse, right? If we just lengthen all the tissue and then you go sit on the couch, does that make sense?
Yeah.
You actually can make somebody's alignment worse easier. So we want to loosen him up and then bring him to the right position and then let it all harden and settle down in the right position versus so it can be a little scary if we just do even chiropractic or massage and we don't.
Yeah, first doing that and him laying on the side of the bed.
Right.
I don't want him to do.
Right, we just loosen them up and then now we can go even
Which
deeper.
is probably what last night happened. Yeah.
We can go even deeper into the wrong alignment. Perfect.
Yeah. Noted. That's good to know.
It's
because
scary.
That's what we've been doing.
It's scary. It's a little.
Nobody's taught
I know.
these
That's
things,
so
so.
Right,
good.
like-
It's like amazing to know.
Part of it being tight wasn't going to move very much.
Yeah.
It wasn't going to misalign so much as it was all jammed. Now we just loosened it. Wow, jeez.
He's heavier than me.
Yeah. All right, I got you, bud. Breathe. Breathe. And exhale. Exhale. There it is. Yes. We got one more to do, bud.
Nice.
There it is. We got it. Did you hear it? You feel it?
Yeah, I
You
felt
it?
that one. That feels like in the exact spot of my
Yes.
rib area too.
Yeah, we got it. Oh.
Goodness gracious.
This guy's torso's heavy,
Imagine
man.
if he was still working out.
That's a heavy torso. It doesn't look that heavy, but he's dense. He's like solid packing material. All right, breathe.
Oh my god. I feel like this gonna snap me in half. Oh. I haven't been handled like that before.
We should play the Imagine Dragon song. Whatever it takes. Pull me like a ripcord. There we go. Okay, but yeah, he just needs compression right here. He just needs to get that rib better. He's got to hold. I know it's just so swollen. You even can try to even put arch up. Put your elbows underneath the table. So arch up, put underneath you.
Like that?
Yeah,
Oh, like this.
There you go. There you go. Good idea.
Yeah.
Have them arch up and then. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
You push on that spot with him arching back. That makes sense. If you want to have, you want to compress it mechanically with him arching up, and then elbow him if he can handle it until his shoulders hurt. And if his shoulders hurt, and lay back face down. But
Yeah.
a lot of this is all secondary to the stretching. If we can just get him stretching, you won't even need to do a lot of this.
Okay.
We're doing this to make the spine limber so that the stretching will actually work. It won't work if he's all stiff and.
Yeah, center back's definitely. It's like not. I don't know how to use the verbiage for this. It just feels good.
Yeah. It needed that. That was. You got it. There's only so much you can get in neutral. You have to actually arch back. So my dad taught me that when I was a teenager. I call it the bow move because my dad's Dr. Bow, and so it looks like a bow also. So he's arching you back, and then you get that extra adjustment by going into extension, really closing those joints. But here's the problem. I mean, this is.
Oh yeah, it really spreads out too.
I mean, it's all that redness.
And that's the left side.
That's your left side. That's what's frozen.
God.
I mean, there's definitely some here on the right, but
Mm-hmm.
you're locked, and so you're abusing this side.
And it's directly across where because that's where
Yes,
I mean,
sir.
I think where the main
Yes,
pain
that's
is.
where it is, yep.
So it's directly across.
Yep. Okay, relax, but I got you. Okay. Okay, we'll come around one. Okay, let's see how that
Feels like it wants to though.
Oh, wow. I mean, that was... Okay. I see what I'm up against. All right, you see.
Bring out like a sledgehammer.
Okay, ankle's real jammed. Wow. That was...
Oh,
That was
you
good.
got the right one.
Yeah, I got it.
So this, I guess it's the left one. Right?
No, now I'm just looking up the technique.
Yeah, the technique will put a whole body on it.
Strap it down.
Hold him!
Yeah, right.
I don't know, that one's real tough. This is
Got
definitely.
some.
It shouldn't require that much,
Yeah.
you know. Yeah, these are more normal. Yeah, it's just. You probably. Yeah, it's bigger. No, you see the knuckle here is bigger. This knuckle right here, you stand on this left leg more, so he's jamming this more. A huge difference. This is more normal. Feel the difference? The size of this knuckle here. If you take the sock off, but this knuckle here is not nearly as big. I mean, it's a huge.
It does feel.
That knuckle right here is huge. There.
Huh.
There's no big
Yeah,
bump.
no, you could. Yeah, I could even.
So abuse. He's abused this knuckle, and that's why it's so jammed.
Yeah.
It's really a left foot. When you see him standing,
Yeah.
he's gonna. You're saying you gotta stop.
I'm doing it now.
But see,
Oh,
Yeah, we all-
it's feeding them. Remember how I showed you? It's this. This is your misalignment. I'm exaggerating. Remember the right side of your neck's all popped up, right? You see, you gotta start standing like this. Do you understand?
Yeah.
So because you like to stand on your left foot, that's what's creating the jam there. But that's really ultimately daggone. It's all your neck.
Yeah.
You see, it's the neck that creates your favoritism, because that helps to feed your head tilt.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, you got it. Feels good. All right. There it is. Nice. Okay.
That was good.
Yeah.
That was good.
If you wiggle it around, gua sha it, will it go?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, the toe I was thinking, or the ankle.
It'll kill me. This guy's. Yeah, they move a little bit, but yeah, this toe, I don't.
I'm just curious.
It's.
Everything's done.
It's just the bone's grown. He's got adhesions in here. It needs.
I think I've gotten his picture like once in a year and a half. So.
I don't think you've ever gotten
Yes.
one.
Oh, I don't know. I don't remember.
I'm sorry. It's swollen. It's actually not just that it's. So the swelling is what brings in acidity. Acidity is what attracts the calcium. That's why the joints grow.
Hydrolocked.
It's hydrolocked, exactly. All right. Yeah, it isn't.
Is it moving?
I don't.
Even
Yeah, a little bit right there.
little bit?
It moves. It moves. Well, feel like you feel the joint. It's just there's no air bubbles in there.
The
It's all
joint is
fluid.
separating, it's just too fluidy.
All right. Press back with your elbow into mine. There we go.
Nice. Yeah.
All right, press back with your elbow. There we go. Good. There we move a little bit. All right.
All right, Ash, take notes.
No, I'm not doing that ever.
Go ahead and tilt
again.
head left for me. Left for me. Ah. All right, go ahead and tilt left for me. Okay, good.
Can you correct jaws?
Give me 1 second. Tilt that right. Tilt my light. Okay, good. All right. The jaw. So the jaw is mainly inflamed because of forward head posture. So everybody's jaw gets injured and tight, and I go, we got to get the head back. Ultimately, it's all to me. The clicking, all the popping happens. The masseter muscle gets tight. I had a girl the other day. She had a real tight masseter on this side because her head was forward and the left. And so she has to go, for a real easy thing you can do is bring your head back and you'll feel where it mainly pulls here in the jaw. You'll feel it. Does that make sense?
Mhm.
You actually feel it in the jaw. So as you're bringing your head back, it stretches out tightness that's in the jaw. So when your head is forward, does that make sense? This gets tighter and tighter, which then causes when you open and shut the jaw to be clicking instead of going there and digging into
I
that.
just listened.
Anyway.
How do you, tell him about this, because he can work on it more, like how does it feel? Maybe
So-
we'll stretch first, like,
Chest is good. I can still feel it a little bit
Okay.
right there.
Yeah, we got to
It's
stretch.
Still
but-
there.
We got on your back for me. Let me see if I can adjust it one more time. A little more. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, a little more. Yeah.
That one actually felt like it was right on the spot.
It moved a little more. It's just we got to hold it now. We have to harden in the right position. and then mastering this for 20 minutes. See, it took chiropractors 100 years to realize that you can't change position, you can't change posture through adjustment. If somebody told you that, they're neither naive or they're lying. It's not possible for me to change the position that rib is in. Do you understand? All of that was used to make it loosened up and mobile so that we can stretch effectively and deeply, so that the stretching will change your posture. It was years of stretching forward that made it, injury and then healing forward that made the misalignment. So now we have to loosen you and then counter stretch.
So can you temporarily change it? Is that it's
Correct.
It's
Okay,
a
all right, so-
debated question that people always discuss, right?
Let's say for 15 or 30
It's
seconds.
specific. Okay, yeah.
For 15 or 30 seconds, the joint, of course, they take an x-ray of people while they're being adjusted. You can see the bone moving, but then the ligaments pull it right back out of alignment. And so there's no lasting, it didn't hold. They always use the word holding. The adjustment didn't hold. Of course it didn't hold because you didn't do any stretching to change the reason for why the bone was out of place, which is the rubber bands that wrap the spine called ligaments. So we need to stretch the front. This all has to open up and stretch. And part of that was I was saying earlier, the injury to your pec is also preventing you from being able to stretch back, right? Because this all has to open up. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So the tightness on the front is as much or, as of a problem as this won't come together. This has to, you understand, come together. This has to open up at the same time. They both have to go, we call it coupled motion. They go at the same time. Fingers go tingler or numb, put them to the side or put them down, but we want to stretch your shoulders back, right? But you're going to work all these angles. That makes sense?
Oh, like you do change your arm
Yeah,
positions?
you'll find where it's tight.
Yeah, no.
That makes sense?
Yep.
I want all, Ed, I'm really good at this. Okay, great. Do it here. And then do it here. I want all these angles to be easy, right? So there's different fibers of the pec and deltoid that have to be stretched out, and you'll find where it's that makes sense? You'll figure out where the tightest part is, and surprise, surprise, that's where I want you to be the most back. I want you working on where it's the most difficult.
Left,
Yeah.
it might still be restricted, but
It's still
Yeah.
restricted.
that's interesting. So it's still in the
top
shoulder.
up there, yeah.
Yeah.
But I think I can get a little bit higher.
A little bit.
It's weird if I apply pressure like that, like
Yeah.
I'm pushing down on this and it's not doing anything.
Right.
Yeah, we got scar tissue in there, but yeah.
Very
We'll keep
true.
working on it.
Oh, I
Good.
appreciate you guys getting me in so
Excellent. Thank you.
You did great. Good job.
Thank you.
Nice.